What's up, guys? I think I owe somewhat of an apology, or at least some background context for why was I so frustrated yesterday about when I did that abortion video. Now, first of all, I am happy that there has been placed some limits on abortion. This is a big win, big big achievement, and this is historic. You know, like I said, I think abortion is a form of systemic racism that I'm so glad has some limits placed on it. But okay, so this is why I was so frustrated. Is I just politics are really getting under my skin lately, especially when I talk to uh, conservative people. Now, I'm not gonna say conservative people just like I'm not conservative. I'm not Republican, but I'm not conservative. And if you think that because I'm not Republican, now I'm Democrat, that's not true either. Um, anyway, I lean more conservative, and I want you to think about, the thing I want you to consider is, what are the sins of the nation? Give that an answer. I mean, think about that for a moment. What is this? What are the sins of the nation? Now, to me, the one that points out broadly for the nation is departure, like turning away from God, turning away from the centrality of acknowledging God in everything that we do. Now, I don't think there is no party that is um, void of that sin, taking God out of it. One is actively just trying to get God out of it completely, and one is using God's name in vain. I think you know which one I'm talking about. You know, whatever. But anyway, when we talking about the sins of the nation, what do you think about? When I talk to conservatives, these are the sins of the nation: abortion, gay marriage, and that's pretty much what it boils down to. Every time we have prayer, every time um, we have discussions about how evil the times are right now, it's always about left sins. And so, really, I do think people's prayers and thoughts are sincere, but I feel like they are somewhat shortcoming, because all they point out is the sins of somebody else. You see what I'm saying? Now, the difference is when they talk about this in the Bible, Jeremiah, Isaiah, lumps himself in. I am a man of unclean speech in a nation of clean speech. Daniel, when they was in exile, Daniel was a man that followed God, but you see that he also um, put himself as one that transgressed. Um, but But anyway, let's get more specific with that. Okay, we have abortion and gay marriage. And so look, when we talk about the sins of Sodom and Gomorrah, some people highlight like that is a specific instance to where you see that this LGBT stuff is hit, and God didn't act destroy any other sin so severely as this one of sodomy. That's not true. Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed because of sin, not just sodomy. Because, okay, and then what am I talking about? This is what the scripture says in Ezekiel 16, verse 49. Look, this was the iniquity of your sister Sodom. She and her daughter had pride, fullness of food, abundance of idleness. Neither did she strengthen her hand of the poor and needy. So, to me, this sin is talking about pride. This sin is talking about you hoarding things to yourself, greed. This thing is talking about abundance of idleness, laziness. You don't help people. You hoard all of your wealth, all of your goodness to yourself. We see this again in Ezekiel 34. You fatten yourself while my people go lost. And so this, to me, sounds more like a right-leaning sin. But we never hear that. We never hear that. And this is why I was so frustrated. Is because, are we repenting? We only pointing fingers at those guys. They are the problem. This abortion and gay marriage and all this stuff. This is a problem that we have all together. Abundance of idleness is what that scripture part said. And that's what I've tried to bring up yesterday. That's what I tried to bring up in that abortion talk. I was very emotional, just because, I don't want to see this as some, high five culture war win. It's not about the culture war. It's not about us versus them. We need to approach God with humility. There's another part in the scripture that says, if you see your enemy in defeat and you gloat over them, God might take that and bring it back on you. We gotta do better. We gotta think clearly about this stuff. And this is another thing. We always talking about the sins of somebody else when we have 40 to 60% of pornography use in our own churches. Like, how come we don't talk about that? Lord, forgive us for this sin, the sin of the nation. Porn addiction is a huge thing. Yeah, that's just my thoughts. And I just wanted to give some clarity on why I was so frustrated the other day. Please pray for me. Obviously, I had a troubled heart, but hopefully you can understand where I'm coming from. All right, guys. Keep up the battle.